seen him for some time because I was not going there. The next time I saw him, he has really dropped weight. And he told me that, so I had to stop him there, sir, what did you do? What has changed? He said two major things. I started intermittent fasting and I walk more. But I know he walks a lot. I do about 10,000 steps a day and he does more. So I said, what do you do? He said, I do 15,000 during the week. I do 18,000 on weekends. I'm like, really? Okay, fine. I'm not that ambitious. I stick to my 10 to 12,000. So when my friends told me about their results, okay, the man told me that after that he stopped using hypertension drugs, the liver, fatty liver or something, that it has gone, diabetes has gone, just by doing that two things. So I told my friends when they told me the results that, okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to do lifestyle changes. And I was the consultant. I'm not a doctor, but I decided, okay, let me check. What are we going to do? And we decided we are going to do lifestyle changes. And that is the few things they did that when we were meeting again last year, they were sharing testimonies. That is what I want to tell you this morning without taking any medication, which means we can actually work on our health using lifestyles. Please, I'm not saying don't go to the hospital if need be, but especially maintaining that health. Because if they are able to reverse a particular medical condition, then if we stick to it, then the possibility of we preventing it is higher. So what are the things we started? Number one was sleep. A lot of time we have heard class governor telling us about sleep. We don't sleep enough. Because we want to wake up by 4, we won't sleep enough. And we are busy still pressing our phone till 11. We may not know how sleep affects us. We feel like, sleep, how? The body needs to rest. It is when we are sleeping that the body repairs the cells. When we don't sleep well, the cortisol hormone in our body increases, which is stress hormone. So the first thing we started was a good sleeping time. 10 to 4 is 6 hours. So you can decide that you want to make it 9 to 4. However, if you still want to stick to that, your 6 to 4, make your bedroom comfortable. If it means changing even your bed sheets, if it means changing your bed, invest in good bed. Because those little things, we don't know that they matter. But when you don't sleep well, you will find out that the next day you are cranky. And a lot of us, we don't sleep well. If you have this smartwatch and you decide to wear it and sleep, if you check, a lot of time, if you check when you wake up, you will see the number of hours you slept deeply. And you may be surprised that you've not been sleeping well. If it's possible, you can decide that, okay, I want to set a camera and see myself, how I've been turning and twisting and turning and twisting. So a lot of us, we don't sleep well. We have to prioritize it. Part of the things why we don't, part of the reasons why we don't sleep well is how we eat during the day. When you eat late, you know, they always say, don't eat late, don't eat late, don't eat late. Why they say that, most times we don't know. But when you eat late, your body will be busy digesting the food. Then you won't sleep well. When you eat late, your sugar level, the blood sugar, will increase during sleep. You won't sleep well. So eating late is relative. If you are the type that sleep by 11, if you still eat by 8, it's still okay. I'm not saying sleep by 11. So I won't say eat your last meal by 6. If you sleep by 10, and you make sure that everything, the last thing you take is by 7, it's still okay. Then another thing we should do about eating the last food of the day is exercise. I know this is not so easy. What I decided to do with my own is once I finish eating, before I do a prayer walk around my compound. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Even if it's your crocs, just go out, walk around your estate, around your compound, and get back in. Now I don't have anybody helping me at home. So once I finish eating, that's when I try to do the cleaning around the house. So I just do my small, small cleaning around the house. 20, 30 minutes, I'm done. So we don't need to do so much extra. The first thing they did was sleeping early. The next thing was not eating too late. The next is when they finish eating, they started exercising. The next one I'm going to talk about is what we eat. If you look at what we eat, most of the food in Nigeria is carb. Rice, yam, potato, even the beans that we're told is protein, is carb. It has just more protein than other food. Even plantain that is good is carb. So how do we now eat that food to make sure that the body absorbs it properly is what we will look at. How do we do it? They will say divide your plate into three. 25% your grain, your vegetable. 50. 25 your carb, 25 your protein. It's actually very easy. You don't have to starve. Just means increase the volume of the vegetable you are eating. You don't have to go and look for cauliflower, broccoli. Do different efo tete, efo yorin, dandelion. They are all very good. But another secret to that eating, because some of us possibly we've been eating it and we've not been seeing results, is, when I was small, they usually say that ole lo ma koko njero, that you don't eat your meat before eating your food. But the normal order of eating your food is the meat before the carb. Your protein should come before your carb. Your vegetable should come before your protein. So when you are eating, you have, let's say you are doing rice, you can divide your veg into two before you even touch the rice at all. Eat about half of your veg. Why? Because it serves as fiber in your tummy. When the rice is coming in, the rice is meeting fiber in the body, and your system will not absorb the sugar immediately. It slows down the process. Because when they are talking about diabetes, what it simply means is that there is too much sugar in the system, there is too much insulin, because the body keeps producing insulin because the sugar is high. And as the body is producing insulin, you will be getting fatter. Now the insulin is not as strong as it used to be. So when the carbohydrate comes in, there is a spike in your sugar. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. There is a spike in your sugar. So to prevent the spike, you take your carbohydrate first. You take your fiber first. That is your vegetable. Then you go ahead to your protein. Then you can now eat your rice. I'm not saying eat rice alone, but you can now add some of the vegetable to your rice. Please don't ever take carb on its own. A lot of time, what we do is we just take rice and small stew. It is not luxury when you are eating meat. It's not luxury. It's better you even eat meat than eating rice. But when you are looking for volume, vegetable is still cheap, as far as I know. Another thing we can consider is adding apple cider to our food. Apple cider reduces the time. How do I put it? It helps your system to take the carbohydrates a little at a time. It prevents the spike. What we are concerned about is the spike. I'm going to challenge everybody. Please, let's go ahead and do our annual test after today. Because a lot of people have a lot of things they are not aware of. I have a friend presently that is fighting cancer. And all we have heard is when you have cancer, there will be a change in the color, there will be maybe a kind of, maybe a dimple and co. She didn't have any. None. She only said she noticed that she was having temperature on one side of her body. Just one side. That when she touches this place is cold. When she touches this place is hot. All the normal symptoms was not there. She now said, okay, let me just go for a test. And she went for her annual test, and that was when they saw it. So let's not wait until there is a problem before we do our tests. And these things don't cost so much. There are different places you will do. There are some places that when you go there, you pay millions of naira. But there are some places that you will go and you just pay few thousands. And you can even be selective. You can say, okay, oh, if the bill is 500, let me do 100,000 this month. Save up, do another one. By the time you talk to your medical personnel, they will advise you, okay, start with this particular one. And I'm sure that there are some places that you will do a comprehensive test in Ibadan as of today that you can still spend 100,000 naira, which will be a good number of tests. Because if we keep working, and we are not taking care of ourselves, what do we want to use that money for? So apple cider is a good thing to add to your meal, especially to your salad. Rather than using all the mayonnaise, all the cream salad, blah, blah, blah. If you must use, then look for low fat and take just a little so that it won't be as if life is boring. Because sometimes you get tired, and that is why I'm saying lifestyle. So that it's something you can continue with. Don't make it so difficult. If you want to eat yam, eat yam. But don't go and eat 6 slices. Do eggs. Add a lot of tomatoes, onions to your egg. Yes, and that reminds me, oil. There is no oil that doesn't have calorie. All oil, even olive oil, even coconut oil, they are dense with calories. It's just that coconut oil, olive oil are better in terms of the activities they perform in your body. They help your body cells. But that doesn't mean you should be drinking them. Now my vegetable, I don't do oil in my vegetable again. Normal efforiro. I don't add any palm oil. Because a tablespoon of oil has about 100 and something calories. And what's the amount of calorie we need in a day? If you want to reduce, depending, maybe a man or a woman, I think you need maybe about 1,000 to 1,005, depending on how active you are. So if one oil is taking 1 spoon, is taking 100 and something, and you know you will fry egg, you will use it. You will make stew. And you know, I don't know, Yoruba stew, it, the meat and corn needs to be swimming in it. So another thing we have to run for is oil as much as possible. When it's not needed, don't use it. When it's not needed, don't use it. We say that, I can't do without it. Oh, I can't do. When they make it compulsory, you will do without it. Do you know that there are some people that ailment has prevented them from taking salt? They don't take salt, and they still eat. They'll still eat rice. They will still eat yam. They will still eat stew. Why? Because they need to survive. And that thing will now be so nice, and they will be wondering, you that you are eating sugar, that you are eating salt, are you okay? So a lot of things that we think is important, they are not important. So please, oil. Reduce oil to the barest minimum. You know you can fry egg without oil. So I don't know, maybe I'll call it fry or boil. Or you can make your scrambled egg that doesn't have any oil. Or get spray oil. If you can take oil out of your food, in fact, you will be doing yourself a good thing. Another thing is soda. A lot of people can't do without Fanta, Coke, just a little bit of red wine, just a little bit of those things. The calorie density, you will scream. We had a small get together for my son, and we bought soft drink and coke. So I now said, let me even check the calorie content. I've never checked of Fanta because me, I don't take it again. Or Fanta. Fanta has 370 something. And they put 2 serving per bottle, the 50 cl. So the 50 cl that we open, and we just do, is actually meant to be 2 7. That is, it is meant to. So a serving is 370 something calories. So when you do one, you are doing about 700 calories. So two is what you need to fill your calorie for the day. We have to be very careful of what we feed our body with. And by the time you are choosing the things you are feeding your body with, you start seeing the difference. Your immune system goes up. You are more active. You sleep small, you are fine. You are more alert. Your skin even glows more. I can remember there was a time class governor came, and I'm like, did you change your cream? Did you change this? We were checking together. You are seriously glowing. Eventually she said, I've been taking carrot juice for the past 2 weeks. Now, some people will go and spend 200 and something thousand on health, what do they call it? Skincare. Skincare routine. 200, 350 per month. It is inside out. It's not just about what we rub on the skin only. It's about what we feed the body with from within. So please do away with soda as much as possible. Do away with sugar. Even honey, reduce it. Honey is sugar. It's just like we are talking about olive oil, coconut oil, that they are just better, but they are oil. Honey is sugar. So do away with sugar as much as possible. Take a lot of water. If you have problem taking water like me, add something into it. You can put slices of cucumber. You can put apple cider. For me, it helps me take a lot of water. You can add a little bit of lemon or lime. So you can just add small something in that water so that you feel like, okay, me too, I'm taking my own special drink. Then smoothie too. Yes, smoothie is good, but reduce smoothie and juices. Not even the artificial one, the one you make at home. You know, when you juice orange, if you juice 5 oranges, maybe you have one small cup. But if I give you 5 oranges to eat, you feel like, what's it for you? So a lot of time we feed our body with so much with the way we are eating. So we are not saying don't eat, but eat in a better way. So juice should not be something you take all the time. You need the fiber too. And the last one I'm going to be talking about are herbs like cinnamon, turmeric, ginger, nuts, seeds, shea seed, almond. These things, they are good. When it comes to nuts, they have good fat, but just a little. They say a handful of it. Me too, I used to do handful before, but now me, I've reduced it to half and half, half and. So please choose wisely. We were talking about MSG, and I said then like it was more than how many months. Now it's getting to a year. The way we put Maggi, put everything in our food, it's just acquired taste. By the time you know that food doesn't have to taste this way for it to be sweet, it can taste this way for it to be sweet, you will easily move from using MSG. I tell you, if you use black pepper and white pepper alone in your food, except you don't know how to cook, oh, it will be nice. I cook very well, and I know quite a number of people can testify. Yes, and I don't use any of it. If I cook for you, we enjoy the meal, and they're not difficult to get. If you go to this market where they sell herbs, what's the name? Eh? Not OJ. Bode, yes, you will get everything. Fenugreek, cinnamon, everything. Star anise, you will get everything. If you now want, okay, the ones that you know you will not cook at all, maybe you want it cleaner, you go to the store. Fumac, Wimpy's, they have all these things. And they are very, very affordable. Very, very affordable. The only one that is one of those common things that is maybe up to like 10,000 for 100 grams is cardamom. Every other one are cheap. You will see 7,000, you will see 5,000, you will see 3, 5. So please, we should not play with our health this year. Let's just make little changes that will help us to stay healthier. I know we are healthy, but we want to stay healthier. Little changes. They are not anything big, nothing so special. Just little change here, little change there. If you've been using 10 spoons of oil, reduce it to 5. From 5, reduce it to 3 gradually, and you get better. And the last one I'm going to talk about is exercise. Especially for most of us that we are not 21, 22, we are getting older, we should do weights, carry weight. Strength training is important for you to build some muscle. It's not about wearing the gym wear and buying new shoes and hanging it. Use it. For me, I have more sneakers on my foot on my shoe rack than heels. So walk. If you can't do any exercise, take time to walk within your compound, within your streets. Let them know you as Olurin. At least our mentor is Olurin. You too walk. Carry weights little by little. And when there is will, there will always be a way. There is a lady I stumbled on internet that she was leaving her house at 3, maybe 3:56 or something, going to the gym, AM, not in Nigeria anyway, because she has to work early in the morning. She was going to the gym because she knows the importance. If you have not been sleeping well, try to exercise. The next morning, they will wake you up before you stand up. They will wake you up. When you are not sleeping well, your body is telling you there is a problem. There is a problem. Because normally we should sleep. Naturally, we should sleep. So when you're not sleeping, listen to your body. Your body is telling you there is a problem. Maybe your BP is high, maybe your blood sugar is high, maybe something is wrong. Or your account balance is low. All of them needs attention. So when you're not sleeping well, check. There is something that needs attention. Don't just say, I don't know why I'm not sleeping. Because I think God has just given us that thing to let us know that there is a problem. When you are not sleeping, check what is wrong with my body. So I've said so much today. Please go ahead, go and do your test, check. By God's grace, there won't be any problem. If there is any problem, please start right now and do something. And even when there is no problem, make a little lifestyle changes here and there so that by the time we are meeting again next year and possibly I'm taking this topic again, somebody will raise up our hand and say, oh, I checked, I had this, and I did just few life changes and lifestyle changes, and there are a lot of testimonies. Let me see, have I? Okay, so that is it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So it is time for us to feel more like a billionaire, to see what it feels more to be a billionaire. When this topic was given, I was told I was going to take it. I said, no, I'm still in the making. Oh, the power of savings. It was changed. Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. Dr. Seun Olamitoye is taking us on this topic before our class governor. You are welcome. Please join me to welcome him. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. As she was taking her presentation on health, I was laughing
Yes, Mama.
that the doctor is talking about investments and the person in finance is talking about health. I don't know how we switch that, but I'll try my best. So today we're going to be talking about saving, how to hack your brain into saving automatically. So there's a saying by Aristotle that you are what you do repeatedly. So success is not an act. It is what you do. It is your habits. So with saving, with wealth, it is a habit. It is what you do persistently that leads to success. So over this presentation, we'll be talking about how to get rich slowly, that anyone can get rich by saving. So, please. So, why is saving so important? Saving is very, very important, especially in a country like Nigeria, that you know things can come up at any particular time. You're driving around in Bodija, and then you see that. And just out of the blue, a micra just hits the back of your car. You don't have savings, but you have to fix your car. Your car is not moving again. So you need to protect against what? Unforeseen circumstances. Anything can happen. You have family members that suddenly fall ill, and then you are the head of the family. What will happen? They will all come for you that, please, we need money for this family member. So you must have savings for unforeseen circumstances. And then also you must have savings for what? Financial independence. Especially if you are working in a job, you don't own your own business. Anything can happen at any particular time. The business can go under, you might be sacked. You must have savings, at least minimum 3 to 6 months of your salary should be in savings for just in case. And then you should have savings for what? Your short and your long-term goals. We'll be talking more about this. You must have savings for investments. Your savings should be working for you, for your retirement. Yes, you have savings for capital, and then I've already talked about emergency and opportunities. This is one opportunity that is coming up this year as well. I think everybody knows about Dangote Refinery. Yes, and he's having an IPO this year on his refinery. Most of his other businesses are already on the stock exchange. His cement, his sugar, but this is a great opportunity that's coming up this year. And if you don't have savings, you cannot invest in this. You cannot maximize this opportunity if you don't have your savings. So, it's a habit. It is about consistency. When you get money, once you get your money, either by your salary, your business, the first thing you should do is save. You don't spend first and then save later. You save first and then spend what you have after. So that's very important. You must pay yourself first. People always frown their faces when I say this, that you must save first, that with my little salary, how will I save first? That I must eat. I saw some people frowning as I said it. I won't call them out. But it is imperative that what you pay yourself first. You must pay yourself first. You must find a way that, okay, I am earning 100,000. I know that with my capability, with this amount of money I'm earning, I can save comfortably 15,000 every month. You make sure consistently every month it is that 15,000. That's the first that leaves your account and goes to your savings. It's about consistency. If you save 1 month and you unsave the next month, you are not being consistent. It's not a habit. As I said in the beginning, success is a habit. It's about what you do consistently. So it must become a habit that every amount of money that I get, especially my salary that's consistent, a certain amount is going into my savings. You can also do that with gifts as well. You unexpected money that comes, you put it into your savings. It's a habit. So when you are getting your money, you can automatically, with a lot of us use modern banks, you can automatically have them remove it to either a high yield savings account or a mutual funds. That's what I do personally. The moment money comes into my account, even if it's not salary, it goes to my mutual funds. There's an account that any money that enters goes straight to my mutual funds. So I'm not tempted. Everybody is human. Things will come up. You say a nice car, you say a nice dress, you want to, but you must first pay yourself first. And then when you're saving also, you must what? You must know what you're saving for. So you must allocate your savings into different categories. You know, okay, I'm saving for a new car. This amount of money in this account, this saving is for what? A new car. Everything that goes into this account is for a new car. You must have savings for specific things. Savings for emergencies, savings for investments, savings for particular things. Some people save for holidays. Some people want to go to Cairo or Tanzania this year. I know them personally. I won't. They are saving up for it. You cannot be saving in your mutual funds that is for your capital growth and withdrawing money for Tanzania. That doesn't make sense. You must save up with specificity. You must save up for particular things. So I've already said all of this. So this is a budget formula that a lot of people use, that you save 20% of whatever you earn. So your needs, these are the things that you have to pay for. Things like what? Rent and food. Rent, food, electricity, transport. You need it. There's no way around it. Money must go into that. And then your wants. What are your wants? You want to go out. There's some people I know here personally that once they're stressed, the first thing they do, they go to Cold Stone and get some ice cream. That's a want. It's not a need. You'll say it's not food. It's a want. It's a luxury. So you must budget your money. You must know exactly where each amount of money is going. So with that way, you can know, okay, for this month, I cannot go out and get ice cream anymore. I have exceeded my budget for my wants. The first thing on 50, 30, 20 rule is what? What's the first thing you do when you collect your money? Savings. Savings. Savings is the very first. It has to be an automatic thing that the moment my money comes, it goes straight into savings. Then next is your needs and then your wants. It must be automatic that every month, it's a habit. Success is a habit. It's not an act. It's not something you just do once. It's a habitual thing. You do it over and over and over again. So your savings must be what? A habit. And then you must track your expenses. There's something called lifestyle creep or lifestyle inflation. We'll talk about that soon. So yes, as I've said this already. For your savings, you must what? Categorize it. Everything must be into categories. You must know, okay, in 18 years, I just had a child. I want to be able to send my child to America for school. Every month, I'm putting aside 20,000 for my child to go to America to school. That is what budget allocate. You must allocate money. When you're saving, you don't keep everything all into one large sum, because when you need it, you can't track exactly what you're using the money for when it is needed. You must allocate everything in your savings into categories. So you know, okay, from this savings, this is what this is for, this is what this is for. I am saving for capital gain in the future. I am saving for my children's school. I am saving for retirement. That's when some people want to retire at 50. The moment I'm 50, I don't want to work anymore. I want to go to the village and relax. They are saving for that. So you must have your money in categories in your savings. It's one thing to save, and it's one thing to budget your saving. You must know what every cent in your saving is going for. A way to do that is to have separate accounts. So a lot of people here, I think most people here, we've talked about mutual funds. So when you have mutual funds, and you know, okay, you say my mutual funds is for what? Capital gains. All the money in my mutual funds is for capital. You can open multiple mutual funds. My Stanbic is for what? Capital gains. My GTB mutual funds is for what? My children's school fees in the coming years. You must be able to separate your savings. So there are different ways to save. It is one thing to save by just keeping your money in a normal savings account or keeping it in a piggy bank. That's one thing. You're not getting interest on that. And in the long run, you're cheating yourself. So there are different tools for you to save. You have what? Your normal savings account. Your normal savings account is an okay way to save, but you are in the long run, you're also cheating yourself. Your normal savings account goes from 4 to 10%. Some people save with pension. I know someone here personally who is an avid fan of pension. I know my dad personally doesn't like pensions. He's a big fan of number 4 there, mutual funds. I think we've all heard about mutual funds and the different rates. I think with Stanbic now, it's about 15% or 15% on mutual funds in Stanbic. With other banks, some other banks will give you higher. But this is what we preach here on using mutual funds. You can also give wealth managers. These are specialists who will trade with your money and then try to give you higher returns. And then you have high yield saving accounts. You can keep your money in for 9 months, 11 months. They'll give you a certain rate, and at the end, you collect it. The problem with this, especially now in Nigeria, is with high yield saving accounts, you do it for 9 months, and at the end, what's going to happen? Every time you take your money out with Tinubu, they're going to tax your money. Your money will be taxed. So every time you're taking your money out, there will be a tax on it. So it's always better to keep your money stable. When you're saving, you're not withdrawing at intervals. You're saving for years, for decades, 15, 20. When we're talking about saving, we're talking about saving for 15 to 20 years. So you're keeping your money. So when you eventually remove your money, with mutual funds, they automatically take the tax. You don't even have to file it too much. They will take their tax from it. So there are different ways. Some people, I think the younger generation, they use PiggyVest, Corywise. These are different. These are different platforms that people use. I think PiggyVest gives 20% on the lock save. If you lock your money for 1 year, they'll give you 20%. But come rain, come hell or high water, you cannot remove your money. Your money is stuck there. But they'll give you that 20%. So this is not too clear, but this is to describe the difference, the poor, middle class, and the rich. It is not showing too well, but I know there is slides. With these circles at the bottom there, you can see that the rich, people who are earning above 150,000, a higher percentage of them save more. So people who earn more, naturally they save more. So the argument will be like, of course, they have more money, they can save more. That's not true. This is not talking about the amount, it's talking about the percentage of money they have. So out of the money, the rich generally save 20% and above of their money. while the poor will save usually 5%. So what is the difference there? Usually with the poor, their habits. They what? They spend before they save. So they save what they have left after they've satisfied all the wants they want. While the rich do what? They save first, then spend. So as I've been saying that what? Getting wealth is a mindset. It's by your habits. You have to save. So these are the different demographics of how people save. Women generally save more than men. It's a fact. We will not get into that, but why women save more than men. But I think the men know why women them. And then people with higher education, you could say that is due to financial literacy. They know that you have to save for a rainy day. So people who are more educated naturally save more. And this is also talking about in some regions, in some countries, people do things like ajo. I hope there's no one here that does ajo. But that is a very, very dangerous practice because right before it's turn, the person that collected the money last can just decide to go to London and your money is gone. You have to protect your savings. You're sacrificing a lot. You're sacrificing your wants to have more savings. So you must protect your hard work. So there's something called Parkinson's law. This is what? Lifestyle inflation. So when people earn more, someone is earning 100,000, all of a sudden he gets a better job or he starts his own business, and all of a sudden he's getting what? 1 million. He has suddenly had an increase of what? 900,000. Before he could comfortably live and save what? 20,000. He could comfortably save 20% of his 100,000. But now that he's earning 1 million, he struggles to save that same 20%. He struggles to save 200,000. Why? His taste has increased. He has more money. Before let's say he's a drinking man, he could take Heineken. Now, no, you can't take Heineken, it's Jack Daniels. Your lifestyle increases. When you earn more money, naturally you want to try better things. You want to have a better lifestyle. But that's a very, very dangerous thing. Why? Because you must increase your savings before you increase your spending. As you're earning more, your savings should be going up and up. As I discussed earlier, it is a mindset. You must make sure that you fight against Parkinson's law. As you're earning more money, you're getting more money, your savings must increase. There must not be what? Lifestyle creep. So you do this by what? The same things I've been talking about. You must what? Make sure that at least 20% of all money that comes into your account is put into savings. It is a habit. It is a habit. So talking about securing your savings, as I've talked about, one thing you should never do is tell people how much you have in savings. You've been saving for 10 years, you've been saving for 15 years. You start telling your family members, oh, over these 15 years, I've saved 30 million. You'll find out within 1 year, a family emergency will come out of nowhere because they know that you have that money. It is a very, especially in Africa, it's a very dangerous thing to tell people how much money you have. You must secure the knowledge of your savings. Keep your savings in secure institutions. Ajo is not a secure institution. Keeping your money under your bed is not a secure solution. Keeping your money in savings account as well is cheating yourself, as I will discuss in the next slide. So, compound interest. Compound interest has been described as what? One of the 8 wonders in the world. Compound interest is truly, truly amazing, and it cuts down the amount of time it takes for your money to double and for your money to multiply. So with some numbers, I personally, even though I'm a doctor, I love numbers. So I'll show you some numbers to back up this fact. So this is an example of, it's a very easy slide. This is an example of someone who is saving what? 50,000 monthly. He saves religiously, it's a habit, 50,000 every month. And he saves it what? For 15 years. So if you do 50,000 times 12, That's what? 600,000. I'm correct? So you can see the first one. So let's say he saves now in what? Mutual funds. The total contributions without interest. So all of you that like to keep your money in institutions that don't give you interest, at the end of 15 years, if you save 50,000 every month, you'll have what? 9 million. But you keep that same money and you habitually save in mutual funds and they're giving you 18%. You only put in what? 9 million. At the end of 15 years, what do you have? 36. So your interest has given you over what? Close to 25 million extra. So you can see that cheating yourself by not putting your money in institutions that are giving you interest because what? Of compound interest. Compound interest, as I described earlier, is one of the 8 wonders of the world. There's a rule called the 72, the law of 72. It tells you how long it will take for you to double your money. So if you have an interest rate of 20%, if you divide 20% by 72, that number is how long it will take for you to double your money. So these are tricks for you to know how long it will take for me to double my money, how long it will take for me to. It's online that can give you all of this. You'll be able to understand, okay, if I'm saving 100,000 in 20 years with this interest rate, this is what I will have. So you can see, and I know a lot of people here can easily save 50,000 every month. 15 years, you end up with what? 36 million. So there are some other people as well here who can save 200,000. 200,000, year one, that's 2.4 million. At the end of 15 years also, you would have only put in 36 million. But how much will you have? 146 million from interest. You did not do anything. You did not have to contact any sellers. You did not have to do any business. You don't have to drive from Ibadan to Lagos to deal with clients. Funny from what? Compound interest. From 18% left alone to compound over and over again for 15 years. Another example, there are some people here who can save, and this is what? 24. That is how much per month? 12. 2 million, yes. See, the finance person got it quick. So that's 2 million. There's some people here who can save 2 million every month. You're putting your money in a mutual fund. At the end of 15 years, you'll have what? You would have put in 360 million by saving 2 million every month. How much will you have at the end of 15 years with that 18% compound interest? Can you see that? That's not 1 billion. That's not 1 million. No. That's what? That's 1 trillion. Is my math correct? 1 billion, sorry. It's 1 billion. Yeah, 1 billion at the end of 15 years. So you can see that by just keeping your money and just saving is not enough. You're shortchanging yourself. You must work with financial institutions that give you and maximize the returns. So that's the end of my presentation. Wealthy people, what? You must always what? Save first and then spend what's after. So thank you very much. You can change it for her. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, no. Can we please give Mrs. Adetunji and Dr. Olamitoye? We can do that now. You see those nuggets you just gave us? That Dangote refinery, the stock that is coming out, he's going to be paying dividends in dollars. I hope you know. So it's something that we should all see towards. He's going to be paying his dividends in dollars. And like he was also saying, do you know that the CBN governor, Mr. Wale Edo, said 5%, 5 of Nigerians have more than 400,000 in their account. 5%. Isn't that sad? Because when everybody was shouting and clamoring about this tax, we're going to be paying tax. So people are saying, you will 5%, loaning more than 500,000 in their account. I'm sure that none of us is in that bracket. Of those 95% that has less than 500,000. And the reason is we're always looking for fast money. A lot of people waste their money putting the investments that they end up losing their capital and their interest. It just showed us compound interest. Simple and safe, but slow and steady. Wow. Like Dr. Olamitoye would always say, you go cool. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a typical day in the life of a billionaire. You know, when Mrs. Adetunji was talking, I was wondering, did she see my script? Because she was talking about a lot of things that I'm supposed to talk about this morning. Let us first define, what is a billionaire? Can anybody give me a definition of a billionaire? Who is a billionaire? Oh, simple now. I'm sorry? Someone who?
Someone who earns in billions.
Somebody who earns in billions. From doing what? From doing what?
Whose investments have started yielding money for the worst.
Thank you. Somebody who has a business whose investment has started yielding billions. Does anybody have another definition? Do we think that we can be billionaires by earning salary? Can we be billionaires by earning salary? I'm sorry? Who is wealthy in his mindset? Thank you. My definition of a billionaire is an individual with a net worth of at least 1 billion in their currency. They are classified as ultra high net worth, whose wealth usually stems from businesses, investments, or significant ownership stakes in corporation. Significant ownership stakes in corporations mean stocks. Some people are salary earners and they are billionaires. Okay? Nigerian stock market is doing extremely well. Extremely well. July last year,